How's it going, people? I decided to do an accent challenge just for shits and gigs. Um, okay, let's start off. Um, the Tumblr accent challenge. All right. Your name and username. Well, my name is Jordan. And my username is Panic or Riot in the London Streets. The Panic bit being from the Smith song Panic, and the Riot bit being from the title of Paramore's second album, and London, of course, adding on to the Smith song Panic. Panic on the streets of London. Okay. Um, uh, where you're from? I'm from Grand Rapids, Michigan, but I live in Walker, which is just a little city just outside of Grand Rapids, a little north of Grand Rapids. It's like a suburb of Grand Rapids. Okay, pronounce the following words: ant, roof, root. I say root most of the time, but I know some people say route. Like, in certain situations, I probably would say route, but most of the time I say root. Okay, continue. Theater, iron, salmon, caramel. I don't think I ever really say caramel. It just sounds weird to me. Caramel just sounds, just it flows off the tongue easier for me. But I know caramel is also another accepted pronunciation. Okay. Fire, water, New Orleans, pecan, both, again, probably, Alabama, lawyer, coupon, mayonnaise, pajamas, caught, naturally, aluminum, Jif, tumbler, Cracker Jack, doorknob, envelope, G-poi. What is it called when you throw toilet paper on a house? TPing. Um, what is a bubbly carbonated drink called? Okay. I live in Michigan. I live in the Midwest. So a lot of people say pop, but generally in the United States, it's probably called soda. My mom actually calls it soda, but I actually alternate between soda or pop. Okay, what do you call gym shoes? Sneakers. What do you call your grandparents? Well, I have my grandma left, unfortunately. My grandpa Autry, that's my mom's dad, died 6 years ago, and I never knew my mom's mom, who died before me or my brother were born, so we never knew her. Um, but I have my grandma left, which is good. So I usually call her grandma, or occasionally I will call her Gam Gam after it was inspired probably from my viewing the movie Horrible Bosses, where Jason Bateman goes to Kevin Spacey. Last night you made me work. Last week you made me, or last month you made me work so late that I missed saying goodbye to my Gam Gam. What? My grandmother. Last time I said I said I'd leave early. You said I couldn't leave or else I'd be fired, and she died in the hospital. So yeah, that's why I occasionally call her Gam Gam, but usually Grandma. Okay. What do you call the wheeled contraption in which you carry groceries in the supermarket? A shopping cart. What is the thing you change the TV channel with? I call it a remote. My dad calls it a deal or the deal, which can be pretty confusing to someone who's not used to my father. But I won't go into detail. I don't want to make this a personal vid. Okay, a little personal, but not too personal. Anyway, okay. Choose a book and read a passage from it. I've been looking forward to this part of the video. I'm going with Train Spotting. It's one of my favorite books I've read. It's also one of my favorite movies, and I'm going to read it in my an attempt to practice my already, I'm sure, shitty Scottish accent. Just let me find something that looks. And it's written in Scottish English, so if I correct myself, you'll know why. Sorry. Okay. Courting disaster. The magistrate's expression seems to oscillate between pity and loathing as he looks down at me and Spud in the dock. You stole the books from Waterstone's bookshop with the intention of selling them, he states. Selling fucking books, my fucking arse. No, I says. Aye, Spud says at the same time. We turn around to look at each other. Oh, the time we spent getting our story straight, and it takes the DOS 2 minutes to blow it. The magistrate lets out a sharp exhalation. It's insane, a brilliant job the cunt's got, when you think about it. It must get pretty tiresome dealing with Warages all day. Still, I bet the puppy's fucking good, and nobody's asking the cunt to do it. He should try to be a wee bit more professional, a bit more pragmatic, rather than showing his annoyance so much. Mr. Redden, you did intend to sell the books. No, Your Honour. They were for reading. So you read Kierkegaard. Tell us about him, Mr. Redden, the patronising cunt says. I'm interested in his concepts of subjectivity and truth, and particularly his ideas concerning choice, the notion that genuine choice is made out of doubt and uncertainty, and without recourse to the experience or advice of others. It could be argued with some justification that it's probably a bourgeois existential philosophy, and would therefore seek to undermine collective societal wisdom. However, it's also a liberating philosophy, because when such societal wisdom is negated, the basis for social control over the individual becomes weakened. But I'm rabbiting a bit here. Cut myself short. They hate a smart cunt. It's so easy to talk yourself into a bigger fine, or fuck's sake, a higher sentence. Think difference, Renton. Think difference. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that. Let me continue here and finish up. Okie doke, do you think you have an accent? Not personally, but I've been told I have. I was on an elevator in Chicago, and I was talking to this Canadian guy, and I told him I was from Michigan, and when he got off, some girl who was on the elevator with us, was sort of eavesdropping, she said, yeah, I could tell you were from Michigan, because I could tell from your accent. And I was a little surprised after that. I was like, first of all, that's the first time anyone has ever told me I had an accent, so that was really interesting. Alright, be a wizard or a vampire. I'd be a wizard. Gandalf's the shit. He's got powers. Harry Potter's cool, you know. The wizards are just cool. Yeah, they can cast spells and conjure up shit. Plus, I couldn't be a vampire because I love garlic. I do enjoy the sunny weather, so... I mean, I love the fact that in Michigan we have all 4 seasons, and autumn's my favorite season, but I just could never be a vampire. You know, I hate the fact that they've been over-sexualized and, like, sort of made into sex symbols. It's ridiculous. Alright, do you know anyone on Tumblr in real life? I do. I know my friend Elliot, who I went to high school with, who's on here, and is sort of responsible for inspiring me to get a Tumblr account. So, yeah, that's who I know. Alright. End audio post by saying any 3 words you want. Well... Fare thee well.